Welcome to this election special on the Southern View. We're coming to you live from an iconic location in Chennai city. Yes, it's the Elliott's Beach, an iconic location for those in Chennai city, heart of South Chennai, all over here. This is where we're coming to you live from on the location, and we're going to come to you live from several different locations across the southern states as we track the campaign story of elections 2024. Right here at this Elliott's Beach, you see a voter awareness campaign, a VVPAT awareness campaign vehicle out here. So a lot of buzz, all the buzz in Tamil Nadu, 39 seats going into polls on the first phase. That's our big focus this evening. And with me here is NDTV's Sam Daniel, who's also an iconic face, I must say, in Chennai city. SAS Hafizullah of the DMK. Mr. Muralidharan, who's a political analyst who's close to the AIADMK and takes a very strong pro-AIADMK position. We have one extra coffee here on this table for the BJP spokesperson, Mr. Narayan Tirupati, who said he's stuck in traffic. He should reach here any minute now. He's joining us for the moment on the Zoom line till he can wade through all that traffic. So we'll have lots of interesting conversations around Chennai, the big picture in terms of Tamil Nadu. Overall, what this election means in terms of defining theme for this election, all that and more over the next 30 minutes. But Sam, before I can get into the interactions with the candidates that we have waiting for our viewers, is there something that's defining about Lok Sabha 2024 for Tamil Nadu, or is it just the same old story?
I think the fact we are having elections, I think that's the defining moment. When do we get a chance otherwise to come to the beach, have a cup of coffee along with these politicians?
You're all hard on campaigning. You don't ever get time to enjoy cool evening breeze in election season. But, well, the candidates are campaigning hard. In fact, Hafizullah has driven down all the way from Arcot, where he's in charge of campaigning there. The candidates in South Chennai, of course, high profile because the former governor of Telangana is the BJP's candidate, along with the incumbent MP of the DMK and also a high-profile name from the AIADMK. Sam Daniel met with all three of them. Let's just listen into what they have to say before we deep dive into a conversation on Chennai and the rest of Tamil Nadu.
Storms and rains were unpredictable. We had rains after 49 years, but I would like to note the fact that the city limped back to normalcy within 4 days. Airport was cleared within 2 days. The clogging was handled well because of the stormwater drainage done by the state government, especially in Velachery. Previously, for this sort of rain, it would have been terrible, more than 10 days. But we have not had our flood relief from the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, who took a helicopter and flew over Gujarat when it was hit by a cyclone and gave 1,000 crores to the then Chief Minister, didn't even give a single pie to our Tamil Nadu when we were in so much of distress.
The BJP claims they are expanding their presence in Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu people will never either forgive or forget people who have not been there with us in our time of distress.
Dr. Tamilisai Soundarajan, thank you very much, ma'am, for your time. What are you promising for this constituency?
First of all, I am promising I will be sister. I will be sister of South Chennai, and I am facing this election not as a candidate, as a voter of South Chennai. For the past 40 years, I am the voter, and I have run free clinic there, and I always seen the people whenever there is need for them, and I have raised their voice for them. That only I have left my governorship and I have come. I want to serve the people.
For the BJP this time, there's no strong alliance in Tamil Nadu. Is that going to be a challenge for you?
No, the strong alliance is there because except ADMK, we have with the PMK, with TMC and all the other parties with Dinagaran.
Smaller parties which not much of
we cannot say because we cannot say in politics it's a bigger party or smaller party. So, but I have noticed when our Honorable Prime Minister visited Tamil Nadu, it was a very, very strong support for our Honorable Prime Minister. When Brother Annamalai conducted the Padayatra, there was a great support. So definitely the support base has increased. For them, there is no any Prime Minister candidate. This is Parliament election. And they all want our Prime Minister to continue as Prime Minister. So that is an added point to us.
Ruling DMK says it's having the same alliance it had in 2019, the elections which it swept. You don't have PMK and BJP with you. Is that a kind of a challenge for you?
No, we are an alliance with the people. We trust the people. We have formed a bond with the people. So we are facing the election. Our party has a history where we had won elections, where we had faced the elections alone. We are now alliance with the DMDK as well as SDPI. DMK government has made sure that it is an anti-people. It has taken an anti-people stand, whereby it has increased all the taxes, water, sewage tax. So people are very angry at the present DMK government as such. So people obviously will vote for ADMK.
Besides the sitting DMK MP Tamilasi Thangapandian, you're also facing the former governor, BJP's Tamilisai Soundararajan. Your key opponent will be the DMK or the BJP?
See, obviously the key opponent will be DMK because people are not talking about BJP. When people are themselves not talking about BJP, certainly it won't be a factor in the election.
That was Dr. J. Jayavardhan, AIADMK's South Chennai candidate, talking to us in Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find It TV.
Well, so what's the X factors in Tamil Nadu overall? We've heard the Chennai South candidates, all three of them speaking. Let's take this to our political panelists as well this evening. Tamil Nadu has been a battle between the two sides, AIDMK and DMK. That's been the narrative for the last 5 decades, right? Muralidharan, Hafizullah. Are you both worried that this time that narrative may change? I mean, irrespective of who's going to win, is there a sense of nervousness that, well, is there a third force that's going to break through this barrier?
No, absolutely not. As far as DMK is concerned, we are fighting two things. One is an ideological battle. That ideological battle is with the BJP. And on the ground, we are fighting the ADMK. This is the fact. Because why I say we have to focus on the BJP this time is this is a parliamentary election where we have to go to the people and tell the 10 years of misrule that the BJP has did and how it has failed to address the ambitions and the aspirations of Tamil people, how it had destroyed and betrayed the rights that the Tamil Nadu people deserve. So this is an ideological battle which we have to expose to the people of Tamil Nadu, and then there's a battle on the force where ADMK is obviously the second largest party in Tamil Nadu next to DMK. So this is a battle. There is no nothing called third friend or any other friend. Here the battle is on the ground. It's between DMK and ADMK. That is what it is, and that is what it will be.
So you're saying that the battle is between DMK and ADMK. Muralidharan, but then over the last few years, at least in the media space, the battle seems to be DMK versus BJP. And when you see the list of candidates from the AIDMK, most of them are new faces. Is there a reluctance with the senior leadership to invest in a Lok Sabha election because they want to focus only on an assembly election? Or is the party conceding space without being able to hold on to certain old traditional bases that the party had traditionally had?
Traditionally, it's a cadre-driven party, right? Second is, we are not a nepotic party like, DMK. DMK is something like, which family should I give importance today? Even the first family, there's a son, there's a son-in-law, there's father. That's the ground reality. So this is a party which always, emphasizes it's a cadre-driven party. Even Mr. Edapadi kept on, repeating in this campaign that he came from the grassroots levels to wherever he is today. He says anybody who works hard can come to that level. That's the message they want to convey, and it's all new faces. This is time for change. That's what it implies.
You're saying time for change, but is there a worry that, having allied with the BJP, now parting ways, that the two leaves strength may be withering out, and in that could be the space that the third place could be gaining? Is there a fear of losing grip?
I don't think so. Because it's basically a media hype which is going around. Second is, when elephants fight, the minnows should sit back and watch. But they want to play a role, so they come and put their head inside and get the media for support, saying that he is so, and we will, take away at least 18% vote share. That's not going to be easy because it's traditionally a Dravidian ideology, and we are very clear. So either it's you or me. We are very clear. We don't want, communal forces to enter this state.
Okay, you say it's either you or me, but Hafizullah, we are still waiting for Mr. Narayan Tirupati. His coffee is getting cold. I hope we can get him on the phone line very quickly to give a response to this, because this time, if there is a defining feature, and I'll go to Sam next about it, is it that there is the threat of a third force? I asked you this at the start. Or do you feel that firmly it's between the ADMK and DMK? And if it is, on the grassroots you're fighting each other, but in the larger optics of the battle, it becomes a BJP versus center versus state, BJP versus DMK kind of ideological battle.
See, that is the fact, because we cannot hold the hand of the ADMK and call them to fight with us. ADMK has certain responsibilities to stand up to the state interest. Here I'll tell you an example where Tamil Nadu is pro-federalistic. It has always opposed the upper handedness of the high-handedness of the governors. When recently governor chooses to turn away from the constitution, and he says that he will not listen to the chief minister for appointing Ponmudi as another minister in the cabinet. You know what the response of the Edapadi Palaniswamy was? We don't have problem with the governor. So here, that is why we have to think that ideologically we should also be opposing ADMK, where ADMK is under the shadow of BJP. They both speak a similar language. When my youth secretary puts a question to BJP about aims, who is responding? It's not the BJP. Edapadi Palaniswamy comes out and he speaks about nepotism.
There is a dichotomy. There is a dichotomy in the AIDMK not taking a very strong stand on some of these issues. Is it caught between how to navigate this situation in the state?
I don't think so, because Mr. Edapadi was very firm when he said no to the alliance. And even after so much pressure, you know the kind of bullying which BJP is capable of. After all that, if he has said no and he has taken a party, see, this is where the cadres are, all the supporters are rejuvenated. They said, it's great. All these years we've been enslaved. You know what happened, after the demise of Ms. Jayalalitha? We were literally enslaved by them. Today, the monkey is off our back and we're going to perform. And that heat is felt in the field, and a friend can tell you, how much heat. Because there are 3 lakh booth workers from ADMK toiling day in, day out. And they want to prove a point.
I believe Narayan Tirupati his phone is not reachable at the moment. We'll try and get to him. But Hafizullah, before I get to Sam, on the ground, is there a genuine pushback? Is there a genuine fight on the ground from the AIDMK that you are noticing in constituencies? Because there are some candidates who have, who have stood the test of time as far as Tamil Nadu politics is concerned.
No, see, having said that, there is a competition between the DMK and the ADMK, but we are not seeing the opposition that we saw earlier. Here we have a clean place to play, where DMK is certainly on the upper hand, because the last 3 years when we go to campaigning, I personally have seen the welcome that our candidates are getting is phenomenal. It is historical. We haven't seen in the past. All these credits goes to our Chief Minister, who has focused on women-centric schemes, from free bus. During campaigning, when our candidates or the campaigners miss out few schemes, the crowd cheers up and say, why don't you talk about that scheme? We have been benefited. This 1,000 rupees per month for the women, for the poor women, the free bus and the morning breakfast scheme has done a phenomenal work in the mindset of the people. That is supporting us. And all the more when BJP is trying to suppress the voice of the Tamil, this becomes more, it becomes a catalyst.
I want to go to more contentious issues, but first, Sam, in terms of the BJP forging an alliance with the PMK and contesting in certain seats, you have strong candidates who are not traditionally from the BJP stable, but who are people who've come in from these regional forces. Is there the threat of a split of vote? And if there is a split of vote in some of these areas, especially in western Tamil Nadu or in southern Tamil Nadu, who does it benefit most?
Well, if there is a split, it will benefit the BJP, because the votes that could come away would be from the AIADMK for 2 reasons. One, the AIADMK at the moment is being seen as a party.
But that would inversely benefit the DMK then?
Inversely, that's right. But will the benefit help the BJP to win seats or just to expand their vote share in the state? That's something we'll have to wait and watch, because the BJP says after Prime Minister Modi's frequent visits to Tamil Nadu and the Padayatra by Annamalai, they've been able to expand their footprint. That's yet to be tested and proven. We'll have to wait and watch.
Okay, we'll still try to go across to Narayan Tirupati. I believe his line is patchy because he's trying to get down here on, in time for this. That's really the question, right? That's really the focus of this election that is being spoken about. That we're not talking of seats, but is there going to be an increase in vote share? Are you going to see a third force with a credible vote share emerge? And if that emerges, is that a threat for the AIDMK overall?
I don't think so. I'll tell you why. This is an election for the prime ministerial candidate or for the Lok Sabha, right? There could be, in the past, TN has voted in such a way, whenever they had to select a prime ministerial candidate, they vote in a different pattern compared to when they vote on a regional election. So that has happened. So even if they show a significant increase of vote share, the BJP, that will be only temporary. 2026 will be totally upside down. That's been happening for so many years in Tamil Nadu.
So you're saying that the assembly election is a different ballgame, but in this Lok Sabha election, but given that there is a build that's going on in that sense, ultimately one of the things, Hafizullah, that's changing in terms of narrative is that the core narrative of Dravidian politics hasn't been challenged in Tamil Nadu. But at least in terms of optics, there seems to be a challenge that's emerging in that sense. How is it being, let's be honest, step out of your politician shoes. How is it being viewed within the political circles in terms of discussions? Is it taken seriously as an issue? For instance, let us say a Kachativu, or you had a Sanatana Dharma issue that turned up. These things, do you believe, are having their own internal sort of pressures that are building up?
Certainly not. I think the more they speak about this alternative politics to the Dravidian ideology, the Dravidian ideology is getting strengthened on ground. Because Dravidian ideology is a proven ideology.
I'm sorry, Safiz, I'm really sorry. Narayan Tirupati is finally patched on the phone. Mr. Tirupati, your coffee has gone cold. You're stuck in traffic. We are discussing whether the BJP will emerge a credible third player here, or is this going to be a battle between the AIDMK and the DMK? Your fellow panelists here seem to be of the view that this is going to be the old Dravidian narrative of ADMK versus DMK. What do you have to say?
Oh, they have to say like that, Viragho, because they are afraid of BJP's heavy growth. And they are definitely afraid because of the silent revolution. We are the black horses here. So they know that, and they are trying to, say that we are not here in the field and all those things. But in Tamil Nadu is going to make a very big silent revolution. We are going to get a huge number of seats from here. We all know this 400 plus is inclusive of what Tamil Nadu gives.
Okay, how long are you going to take to reach here? That's my next question to you, sir.
See, I am literally another 3 kilometers ahead from you. There is a problem. Huge traffic.
I got into the 3 minutes left. I wish you had a helicopter to cover 3 kilometers in 3 minutes, but we have very little time left. But I just want to take final concluding remarks here. Sam, Narayan Tirupati was just saying that there is a silent revolution is happening. You people are stuck with old narratives. Is there a sense that possibly the old narrative and the fact that we are so used to this, that we're discounting any possibility of a third possibility?
Possibilities are there for both. Going by the alliance arithmetic, it favors a particular alliance. Going by the hype and the kind of perception the BJP is pushing, there could be a possibility of a silent revolution, but that's untested. We'll have to wait for the official results, whether it's going to be advantage for them or perhaps an embarrassment.
Okay, I'm going to finish this conversation because obviously we all know what you're going to answer to how the results are going to pan out, but I'm going to finish this conversation with, if there is one defining theme for 2024 Lok Sabha elections in Tamil Nadu, what would that be for you?
It is about federal rights. It is about state autonomy. It is about Tamil rights and Tamil culture, which the BJP has tried to destroy over the last 10 years. That is the narrative. And also adding to it, it is going to be a social justice plank.
Okay, Muralidharan, if there is a one defining narrative for the AIDMK, is it one of survival in these elections?
I don't think so. Again, it's about state federalism. We may not get as many seats as DMK, but we'll be there in the fight. And it's against state federalism. It doesn't matter who rules the center, but we'll get our share for it. This is how been the ADMK strategies all those years. So we will stick to that.
Okay, 2 leaves and rising sun, holding firm, they say. Well, let's see if the lotus can bloom. But thank you three for joining us and having this fascinating conversation.